Oh well, this is me right now. But this is me as a noob. If you're thinking to play Bee Swarm because of any content creator, or you are in Bee Swarm but you are in the beginning of the game and you want to become a big hive like me, or have all these cool amulets, all these bees, both, or some of the special cub buddies, sorry guys. So what you're gonna do is start off when you're gonna hit the field. You have these things. You have your starter tool user, and then your starter backpack. You don't have any of these items below yet. You don't have a gummy star and mono chick to spawn. Yeah, you can't do anything about that because you're not at the 25 B zone. But this is about getting to the 25 B zone. And yeah. So first, you want to head over to this black bear. You're going to want to ignore the hive defense. You're going to want to go to black bear. And you'll get a quest. Right now I have a lot bigger of a quest, the whole lot. And then you could start off by getting your bee egg. But you don't have to get that right now because you'll start off automatically with a basic bee egg. So I already have a basic bee, but it's gifted. You can see it right there. But after you go to black bear, you want to go to mother bear. Her quests are really easy, and a way to level up your bees that are really easy are the treats. They're really cheap for end game, and they're not too expensive for beginning the game. You may even want to go over to brown bear if you want some royal jelly. Here's a royal jelly dispenser. I'm not going to use it because I don't really need it. But that's a good way to get started. Another thing right here is the shop, and if you need a little bit extra honey, you can always go to use a honey dispenser. I don't get a lot from it because I'm more towards the end game, but I still get honey. It's really good for beginning users. Another good thing is stickers. Let's go back to my hive. You can see here in my inventory, I have a lot of stickers. That it's so much that I can't even, have them all, sadly. Anyway, here's a lot of stickers. You're going to have a lot of stickers. You don't necessarily want to use my strategy where mine is that I have one of every sticker, because I just figured out that you can't have more than 50 stickers. So I'm eventually going to change my strategy, but you can always collect stickers. And here is another sticker shop, which you're going to want to save stickers for. Here we have a photon bee. It spawns lightning. It's really good for pollen. I have it gifted. Festive bee spawns gifts you'll see from other people. And then puppy bee is not really that good. It gives a little boost up here. 10% bee move speed, 50% gather. It's alright. It's not the first bee you want to get out of the shop. My first bee would be the tabby bee right over here. Okay, but he is good if you have the reindeer antlers. I'll show you. If you have the reindeer antlers, I can't see it, but if you have those, you should put it on the dog bee. Your silver egg, not great. Gold egg is okay. The diamond egg spawns a legendary bee, most likely. Mythic egg you probably won't get unless you pay for it. Star treats are what make gifted bees, like they automatically make bees gifted. Tabby bee is like the first bee you want to get out of here because it gives tabby love and it's permanent. I have 1,000, that's the maximum, and once that get hit, it gives an additional boost for around 30 seconds if I'm not wrong. Crimson bee is good once you have cobalt bee with it. None of these bees are good alone. I mean, they're alright, but here's another sticker, a check mark, it's alright. So let's say you got a few quests done, okay? Now you're ready to move on. You got a good amount of honey. So you're gonna buy the jar. You don't have any of this yet. Okay? You don't have any of that. But you have gotten the rake, or let's just move on to the scissors. So the rake's not great. See, you may see like the scissors are bad, and they're bad for pollen, kind of. I would probably use the rake more. I'm not sure, because I'm not in that zone anymore. Ignore the bees and the upgrades. You're not gonna have anything like that. It's gonna be a very basic exploring world. You should get more legendaries too, because you can spawn a honey storm, which is a great way for honey. And every hour, the wealth clock, you can get a free ticket or two. But I've unlocked it already. There's going to be some wires right here with a question mark, and you're going to want these scissors to cut it. And then let's go past this little obby, and it'll spawn a commando chick. Commando chicks are really good for like free rewards, of course. Thankfully, it saves its HP. Over time, it's going to get harder and harder to beat. It's going to be a little bit of a grind, so you're not going to be able to farm that forever. And you'll get more quests done. The best way to get some supplies right now is by getting to these creatures, like ladybugs and so forth. You haven't unlocked this yet. Let's say right now you have 4 bees, okay? So ignore that. I just didn't want to spawn a beetle. And here you don't have yet, but soon you will. I'll just give you a little look. A little spoiler. But you do have a king beetle, which I have beat, and it spawns as soon as you get here, but once you defeat it, I think it would take around 24 hours to respawn, you know? So, yeah, you get more bee eggs, and you could eventually, since you may, have 8 now, how about we just skip on into the canister, and then the vacuum. It's alright. Helmet. You won't really need the strange goggles. They don't really do much anymore. Like it says, futuristic looking at it doesn't seem to do very much. It's not the best. It's for the thing over there. I'm not sure if you can still access it. It's for the Ready Player 2 event. Yeah, you'll unlock the belt pocket, the basic boots, and if you wonder why I'm changing into a bear, it's because of this bear being in the shop. You can always buy the stuff. You can buy a Cub Buddy voucher, you can buy tickets, magic beans, sticker planters, and honey. But here's a tip: you do not want to buy the honey. I get it's going to be a grind, but once you get into the end game, it's just not worth it. I would recommend just buying stickers instead, because with 500, you could buy one of these bees or up to a diamond egg. But you cannot buy a star treat or a mythic. Okay, we're out of this area, and we are going on to our next area, aka the 10B zone. I'm just kidding. We are not going there, folks. We are going into the 5B zone. This is where you would be first. This is where you would go. You could still go through that, I guess. The slingshot, but the spider gives you such good loot for starter game. So you may look like this, and that's alright. That's just because you're starting the game. You're not bad for a starter. This is Photon Bee. And you actually can save up for a little bit of stingers for a vicious bee. I already got a vicious bee. I have 100 stingers right now. I have mine as gifted. This is what a vicious bee looks like. You can read the stats, pause the video. It's pretty good. It does a lot of damage. Yeah, it's an event bee, so it's worth the deal, but I want to show you something later that you might want to use, but I do not have any recommendation for. Here's a strawberry field. This one is not the best for strawberries, surprisingly. It's the pepper patch that I will get into my Midgame video for. This is going to be, if you're on this zone, this is the best field for sprouts. I have a planter here. This is the bamboo field. It spawns 2 rhino beetles, and the strawberries spawns 2 ladybugs, just like this one, except just like the flower and the mushroom field, except this is double the amount. Oh, and you'll get to meet a new friend, Panda Bear. See, his quests are harder than in the end game. He's actually at the bottom. He's got ultimate ant annihilation, and I have one ready for the red drive. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's kind of used, I believe, to help spawn the whatever it's called, the Robo Bear. Robo Bear, you're not gonna have to use for a while. It's really hard to get the amulet, and so far, even with all this, I have only the cog amulet. Okay, now it's time for the 10B zone, folks. Yep, the 10B zone. It's all good. And you have another thing for joining the club. It is the treat dispenser. You get a good amount of honey. Oh, and you get your first memory match. Let's try it out. Memory match, you just try to guess what's here and there, you know? It's nothing too easy. I'm not really good at it myself. Doesn't really, help or affect anything. But you manage to get here, you got the mega jug. And you get your first parachute. And you got the super scooper. Maybe you have this propeller hat, but I never got it in game. And you have a hasty guard and a brave guard. It's okay. They're not terrible. Here, let me go. I would do the hasty guard and then the bomber. No. Yeah, do the bomber. Let's see, you got that. And you got these nice little things on your shoulders. I was originally going to use the red and blue, but these are more realistic, See, the pickaxe isn't, the tool doesn't do too terrible itself. You'll meet the mantis, where you'll find not too big of a challenge. There's also a rhino beetle that'll spawn there. But see, those were the festive gifts by Festive Bee. Yeah, it's not too big, but your first challenge is not going to be the stump snail right here. This is the stump snail. You'll have a little bit trouble with him. He's really only if you're AFK. You can use macro, auto clicker, same thing. Dapper Bear. This is not one. I don't know if you're gonna meet this one. I haven't checked this out. It looks like you can't enter Dapper Bear's shop because you're not cool enough. Okay. So you just need to get better shoes. Let's go see back at the shop. Can we get better shoes than this? I would believe so. We don't really have a nice hat, so we can't really do anything about that, but we can hope that we still impress with the shoes. Oh, we got a belt bag. Let's craft this item. I haven't made yet, but we have the hiking boots. And what? Okay, see, this is the bear bee thing. Let me just get my cup ready. Here. How do I equip? Anyway, off. Alright, we'll turn off the cup, buddy, because you won't have them yet unless you paid for them. You shouldn't really get them yet, but your first challenge comes right there in that area. If you don't know, this is where you can get an instant converter. So if your backpack fills up somehow, then you can just come here and just press the go on the instant converter, and all your pollen will turn into money instantly. Science Bear quests are a little difficult. You wouldn't mainly focus on him again, just focus on Black Bear and Mother Bear. They are the best right now for your potential. Okay, let's go down, and then, oh, free sticker right there. Tunnel Bear. He spawns in about, what? One and a half days each time you kill him. He's a level 9 boss. He's not easy. You'll have trouble with him. So, yeah. If you run all the way to the end, I don't think there's anything. It's just that face over there. You could try yourself, but I wouldn't go until your bees are at least level 8. Okay, so you spawn back down here. Now, let's go back up. Remember, you can just get a royal jelly. Royal jellies help change your bees into different bees. Those are actually pretty helpful. I'm not going to do it because it'll really affect my hive. But here, we got a portal hive. This is going to be your next game. Portal hive, and then you have the pulsar, right? Is that the name? It's pretty good for a starter game. It's useful, I would say. You're not going to keep it, sadly. It's not the best. You have electromagnet. Pretty cool. And then these scissors also can do the same thing to the the commando chick thing. And then the honey dipper. This is where you actually get far. This is like the start of getting good, you know? Getting good in early game. It's not really good. But anyway, yeah, that's the full shop you can just buy. I haven't bought this hat yet. I haven't bought this hat, the propeller hat. You can always skip it. It's not required, of course. And yeah, eventually, you can eventually get enough bees. Around 12 bees. You'll unlock the yellow cannon. And since you have this, that'll slow down your fall, you can always turn it to our new zone above Mother Bear, the 15 bee zone. Yep, and this is where it gets good because, well, I said it so many times, but this is where it's going to be cool because you can get your werewolf, which gives sometimes glue, it gives tickets, it gives all sorts of rewards, and it's going to be great for crafting in the future. Here is a pumpkin field, nothing great. Same with the cactus, they're mirrored, okay, they're nothing great. But if you go in here, there's a little gold egg at the end, but you have to run. Make sure you have 10 times ace as a starter, because little cave creatures will come out and kill you. They're not killable, so don't test your luck. Here's Pine Tree Field. It's good for macro, and you shouldn't use macro in early game, so don't worry about that. Rose Field's good. Oh, and this is where you may unlock, some bees, okay? So, I believe you have to unlock 4 bees to enter the HQ. This has a red boost. It has a strawberry dispenser, which I can't unlock yet. And it has this red portal that goes up to Science Bear. Okay. You do not have this yet. This is when you have 25 bees. Don't worry about that cannon right there. That's not going to be useful until you have the zone up there, which is the mid-game. The end of early game. So this is blueberry dispenser. This goes here. I'll show you in a second. This has also a good amount of blue field booster. Don't worry about these guys because you won't have to mess with them. This is what it's gonna look like. Buzz, 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 buzz. You have to give a translator from Science Bee Quest. I think he only gives you 2, and I decided not to use my things on. I decided not to use my translator on the Bucko Bee. I instead use it on Riley Bee and the Stick Bug. And the reason why I didn't mention Stick Bug in the early game area was because you really wouldn't have to interact with him. If he got spawned by someone, I don't think you would want to go. He'd kill you almost instantly. Let's go back to 15 Bee Zone. Here's the better deal for Royal Jelly. Right here. You can pay a fair amount of honey. 1 million. You should have enough by then to at least get 1 Royal Jelly. It's really good. A lot better than the tickets over there. You're going to save your tickets. Here is where you can get another exclusive bee. Go past Robo Bear and you can go to Digital Bee. Digital Bee doesn't cost much, but you have to earn a Diamond Cog Amulet. And not only that, you have to have 5 of each drive. It's not easy to get unless you paid for it. 7 million is not a lot. 1,000 tickets as well. Yes, 1,000 tickets. It's a lot. So here's a Robo Bear. Robo Bear starts up once you do a quest. Of course, he requires a quest to be started up, but he does a Robo Bear challenge, which you're not gonna want to have to do yet because you are not even close to that skill level. No offense. Don't worry about it. But in this zone, you have another good memory match. I haven't been able to play yet. Here, basic sprinkler, this is where you'll unlock your first sprinkler. You'll have to have a certain amount of ace badges to enter, and this is where you can meet a star jelly. This may not be your first one, but this is going to be a good one. Star jellies are really helpful, and they make your bees turn into a gifted bee. Gifted bees are these ones with stars. They give certain boosts when gifted. So for basic bee example, it has a gifted hive bonus of 1.2x pollen. It's nothing much, but it's pretty cool. You open the shop here. I am currently with a honeycomb belt, but Crimson Guard and Cobalt Guard are the best guards. But, of course, before that, I'll ignore the honey mask. That's going to be good later game, in mid-game. This is where you're going to want to go to these shops, the Riley Bee shops, and the Bucko Bee shop. Here, give me a moment. This thing is slow. Sorry about that. That's going to be how it is. We can go... Where am I going? Oh, here. You can get your red guard. And that's okay. But let's just go to the Riley guard. You don't really need the elite red guard. I would just save for the Riley guard and the scythe. Okay, let's say you didn't get the scythe. That's actually not bad. But here, let me show you something about the scythe. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Around 20 will spawn this little flame. That causes bee attack to increase and a little bit more red pollen. It's not the best. It's better than the honey thing. I, myself, made that mistake during the mid-game. During the early game, leaving early game. This is where we're leaving early game. I made myself a mistake doing that early mid game, but instead you should have gone over to the Bucko Bee shop and instead should have gotten a bubble on the 10th swing. Yes, that's 10 less than the other thing. On the 10th, it swans a bubble. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, and there's a bubble over there. So it may be like, you may not notice it, but bubbles, see these little things right here? This is where a sprinkler also helps. Sprinklers and bubbles cause the grass to come back up. See, this may not be a huge issue for now. It may not be a huge issue for your game, but once you get a lot of bees and a lot of abilities and a better, tool that's in your hands, well, you're gonna need a good sprinkler and some bubbles. So this is gonna be a good thing to use before end game or mid game. I don't have the Bucko guard yet. Wait, yes I do. So I have the Bucko guard as well. So I have these two guards, and yeah, they're fine, I suppose. They're good before you get the Crimson guard. So let's go back to our shop where we get better stuff. Oh, and by the way, this is gonna be how I did it in early game, but this is not bad. Forget the balloons; they're not gonna be helpful. They're not really in early game. Here we are. So go in. Instead of being an annoying blue backpacker, I actually was a red backpack, which was really good. Makes you look a lot better. I wore this red hat right here, fire hat. I'm not sure. I think the bubble hat's a little bit better. Let's read it. This, by the way, you're not gonna need until very end game. It's very hard to get. 400,000 capacity is pretty nice. Here, it's not very hard to get either. Maybe for early game it's pretty hard. Here, the hat now, it has a passive ignite. Let's see how that works. How do we activate the ignite button? Ignite. I I'm not sure. I don't remember it. I'm pretty sure what it does is spawn a little bit of flames around you, but so does a spicy bee. It's okay. It's not the greatest thing. The better passive would be from the bubble mask. It spawns it's like this. It's like that. That was the spicy bee. That's what it looks like. It spawns fire. It's okay. It's a good combo with the scythe, though. Okay, but this is where the mid-game starts to enter. Yeah. Okay. So you may eventually get the silver soakers. They are better than just the normal. The blender is good for crafting, which you're gonna need for this. The cobalt guard and the honey mask. The honey mask here, you'll want to equip that. Then the cobalt guard, honeycomb belt, and look at you. You're now closer to the end game or mid game than ever. But of course, this is where it gets confusing. I myself actually didn't go to the hives first, the red hives and whatever it's called, the red hives and the blue hive. Forget it, the HQs. Okay, my fault. So when you get 20 bees, you may think you might go up there, but no, that's 25 bees. What's the next zone? It's gotta be 20. Well, here's your 20 bee answer. That's weird. Fireflies up there. Oh, they just despawn. That's what I was thinking. I was kind of hoping they'd go on forever. Okay, so here we go. The ant challenge. This is gonna be hard, but I'm not gonna do it. I already have a supreme ant amulet. It's good, I guess. But here's the challenge info. Yep, we got a good amount of info. So 150 or more points is a supreme ant amulet. You're not gonna get that. You're probably gonna get like a gold. It's fine. Oh, here's the hive hub. A hive hub is where your bees are disabled, but you do a lot of trading with the stickers, which is really valuable in the hive hub. But just make sure they're good stickers, and you get free stickers from the board for like every 20 hours. Oh, here's bee quip storage. Yo, that's cool. Have it. Permanents. I could upgrade for tickets, by the way. You can expand it. You're gonna want to have this for Bees Miss though. But see, I lost 100 tickets. I'm fine. I can just get more. But now you've got 25 bees. Hooray for you. There we go. Now, there's something called the Mondo Chick. You saw it spawn mid in the early game, the video. And yeah, you have it runs around. It gives really good rewards, like a sprout reward. If you don't know what that is, you can go in the game yourself. Ticket. It's not as much as this one right here. This is not what it costs. It costs more every time you buy it. You can buy 1 ticket, 10 tickets, 100 tickets, 500, up to 500 tickets. There's also a field booster. It boosts random fields. Nothing specific, unlike the red and blue. It's nothing too crazy. And here's another converter, just like 10B zone and the rest, you know. Oh, and there's a gumdrop down there. The gumdrop area near the panda bear, if you see it. It's fine. It gives gumdrops. It's not great until you have to try and get to the 20B zone where you can get a gummy bee, which I'll show in the mid-game video. This is the sticker printer. Doesn't really give you good stuff with the basic egg, but it's something. Yeah, it just gave me trash. Yellow coffee mug is okay, I guess. It's not really good. Anyway, you go here, and you're going to want to get the golden rake and the hive slot. It's not this much honey, guys. Don't worry. You'll get your glider. It's a lot better. We're going to just get these boots. We're not going to get the beekeeper's mask. You actually should get the beekeeper's mask. You shouldn't get it, actually, because I've made that mistake, sadly. Okay, you want to get the fire mask, and then you want to get the honeybee mask. It gives you a coin scatter, too, which gives a lot of honey. And I'll equip the Mondo belt bag. yeah, so it's right here. We're looking good. Yeah, so this is where mid-game begins. I'm gonna go ahead and start making a video now about mid-game. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and to make a new video. Peace, and make sure to subscribe because I'm trying to get monetization. Thank you. Bye.